nothing changes.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the channel, June 17th, 2020. And as everybody by now knows, unless you're living under a rock, a huge scandal has rocked eBay in the last 48 hours concerning the harassment, cyber stalking, intimidation, whatever words have been used in all of the big publications. Basically, from an executive standpoint to the security team, destroying a blog writer's life. And many of you know the blog writer that I'm speaking of and the website. To protect her and her husband, I don't want to say it out loud. I won't say it, but many of you have mentioned it in the comments and on other platforms and other places, so I'm sure that you can find it if you don't know. With that said, in the previous video that I did, the security team of 6 were identified. They were fired after what they did. If you didn't see that video, it's down below. Go check it out. It'll explain this. And 2 executives were named in the indictment, the federal indictment, as Executive 1 and Executive 2. They have since been identified. You saw the screenshot. Here it is on Business Insider. Those of you not familiar, this is eBay's former CEO who stepped down in 2019, Devin Wenig. He is executive number 1. And this is executive number 2, which is eBay's former PR boss. I think his title was chief of PR or something. His name is Stephen Wyman. Stephen Wyman, W-Y-M-A-N. Sorry about that. So those 2 have been identified as the 2 people who exchanged text messages telling Devin that they were going to take her down, and the response was to crush her. They were the top of this head, according to this story and according to those familiar with it. They didn't actually do the harassing or the cyber stalking, but they certainly played a part in the environment and the atmosphere that caused eBay's security team and anyone else to suppress, to go after anybody that spoke negatively of eBay. And it just so happened that this blog writer was a very popular blog writer who had a lot of readers and very far-reaching audience. And so they didn't like it, and they were going to take her down at all costs. And that's what it said. So they have not been charged. However, if I tell you that I don't like somebody and I want you to do something about them, and then you go off and do all of this craziness that they did, no, I didn't tell you to do all of that, but I still told you to do something, right? And so in my opinion, that's some liability, be it criminal, be it civil, or both. I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a federal agent, but I'm not really sure why these 2 weren't charged with anything. It's maybe somebody can help me. So anyways, that's where it stands right now. They've been identified. The investigation goes on. They have not been charged. eBay, obviously they stepped down as CEO and PR chief. The other ones were fired. We'll see what happens going forward. But the point of this video, not just to update you on that, is to tell you that I in a veiled way, mentioned that I had an issue as well, not anywhere near the extent that this blog writer suffered from. I feel really bad for her and her husband. I created a video about 18 months ago. It was late 18. I want to say it was September or October of 18. And guys, just know that I'm not scared of anything, but I'm very careful about what I post sometimes. That video was removed off of YouTube. It was taken down. And it was made clear to me, and I'm not going to use names or anything else. I'm just going to tell you the facts. It was made clear to me that it was removed because it portrayed eBay in a negative light and in a derogatory fashion. The video was about a big news company, MSNBC or CBS or CNN or somebody made a story saying they had purchased a phone off of eBay, and it turned out that that phone was stolen. And then they did some investigating into e-commerce platforms, and that a lot of stolen merchandise finds its way through the pipelines, which we all know happens, right? Everyone here knows, especially with electronics, there's no way any site could possibly stop every single one from happening. So I did a story about it. I made a video about it, and I posted it, and within a day or 2 days tops, it was removed from YouTube. It was taken down, and I received a legal trademark strike. Now, remember what I just said. I received a legal trademark strike to remove the video. The video was not removed for being negative towards a company, because that's legal. That's the First Amendment, our freedom of speech. If I go to a restaurant and I have really bad service, I come home and I write a review about that restaurant on Facebook or Yelp or wherever, and I say we had really bad service, the food was really cold, it was a bad experience, and that is allowed. I am allowed to publicly criticize that company because the experience I had with them was negative, or the experience that others that maybe they went through was negative. We are allowed to do that in this country. This is First Amendment. And so no one can take away that right from you. And the video that I posted was removed because it was negative, but they couldn't have the video removed for negativity because YouTube's Fair Use Act allows us to do that. My experience with eBay and my experience with buying and selling and my experience with other platforms and other people's experiences with their platforms were X. And that's where we made a story. And we make stories about that all the time. Then I checked the takedown notice, and the claim reason was for use of eBay's logo, name, or trademark illegally. That means that because the video couldn't be removed for negativity, there had to be another reason to give to take it down. And that reason was trademarking, using their name and logo without permission. Well, I made thousands of eBay videos. People make eBay videos every day. There's eBay videos by the millions on YouTube, right? So if I'd used their logo and name thousands of times previously, and then all of a sudden this video gets taken down for illegally using their name and their logo, it means the video wasn't removed for trademarking and illegally using their name or logo. It means they used trademark as an excuse to take down a video that was fair use and First Amendment, freedom of speech. Maybe I'm crazy. Somebody tell me in the comments, am I crazy or does this make sense? In other words, in my opinion, and from what I'm experiencing through dozens of you reaching out to me, including this story, including me, I was intimidated through the threat of a legal lawsuit, trademark infringement, to not post a negatively toned video. That's all I can surmise. That's my opinion, and that's how I feel like I was treated. And I'm allowed to say that I was treated that way because that's what I experienced, and that's what I chose not to say for 18 months or do anything in negative light. I have spent the last 18 months absolutely editing and altering titles, thumbnails, videos, so that I did not portray any story or anything in a negative light or in a derogatory, diminishing value towards a company or brand that used the threat of trademark infringement against me to keep me from posting any of that content. So there you go. Now it's out there. I've been contacted by large media publications to share the story. I have not yet. It doesn't mean I won't. I just have not. I've been contacted by internet news sites, blog sites. I've done nothing but just keep it to myself. And now I'm done keeping it to myself. It's not fair that we're being, in my opinion, censored. And so I just want to see what you guys think about it. It's obviously an ongoing internal problem at the time. And I've been contacted by Jordan Sweetum, the new general manager at eBay, who has reached out to me and has assured me that he's going to look into this, that he's going to do something about it. And I can only hope that he does. He seems like a good guy. And I hope that this does not continue. Thank you for all the support. And going forward, I will update you guys. I don't know how often or what will happen going forward, but if anything changes, I will let you know. And of course, if this video gets taken down, we'll know. Okay, have a wonderful day, everyone. See you next time.